baby, okay, I know this was for me, but I just know deep down that it was for somebody else too. My hand's a little ashy, it's cold, but don't worry about that. Baby, the Lord sent me here to tell not just somebody, I could think of a couple people. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. I know you're an entrepreneur. You working at 9 to 5. I know it gets very comfortable when you got a check coming in every 2 weeks. I'm there, okay? But the word that the Lord gave me, he said, do not get stuck. And then he started to download things in my mind, download products, download all of the things that I do, like the skills that I have of what I can do instead of doing what I'm doing to get me where I want to be, or get me where he wants me to be, okay? Because like he said in his word, baby, we can't imagine, we can't think of the things, those that he has planned for us, okay? I know I butchered that, but however, also, don't lose me. Baby, he said, don't get stuck. We can't get stuck this 2025. This is the year of the entrepreneurs, and I've been hearing a lot of prophets, real ones, prophesy that. I've been hearing that like back to back to back to back. And it's like, I believe it. I really do. I believe it. 2024 was a struggle. It was like, it was more than a struggle, baby. 2024, I don't know about nobody else, but I know about me. And I know where the Lord has brought me and how far he has brought me, baby. And I know that I was Peter, okay? I stepped out on that water. When he said step out on that water, baby, I stepped out on that water, okay? And then I kept walking. And then once I finally got a job, for not having a job for so long, when I finally got a job, that's when I feel like I'm starting to sink, because I feel like I'm getting comfortable. God said, don't get comfortable and don't get stuck. I'm telling you. The struggles and the things that we went through in 2024, last year, that was meant to build our faith. That was meant to, give us more trust in him. We put our trust in him in 2024 because it was like, honestly, we had no other option. We did. We could have went backwards. I could have went backwards, but I didn't. I continue to put my trust in him. I continue to put my faith in him, and I know a lot of people don't know, but my whole story, I'm going to tell my story on the next video. But right now, I feel like God has sent me here to tell you guys. And he told me, don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in it. It's okay to work a 9 to 5 if you're an entrepreneur. It's okay to, try to get ends to meet. But baby, that 9 to 5 is not going to be more important than your 5 to 9, okay? That's where we at with it. We got to clock out to clock in to the things that we want to do and that he has put in us, okay? Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. And I know you working that job, okay? And you're like, it's not so bad. It's not all that bad. And then next thing you know, you end up miserable, like the people around you, like your associates. They miserable because they've been in it for so many years. They got comfortable and they they're not even stuck, but they ended up getting stuck. So they feel stuck. So now they miserable. They hate coming to work. They always complaining about something. It's a small thing. You don't want, baby, when they say that you become your environment, that's a real thing. That's a real thing. That's why no matter how I feel, and people be like, hey, how you doing? I'm blessed. How are you? I'm blessed. And oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, good. Because I want to remind you that you are blessed. You are blessed and fiercely favored, baby. Not just highly favored. You are fiercely favored, okay? Blessed and fiercely favored. Even when you don't feel like it. Even when you don't see it. Even when you don't even know. But you are. You are blessed. I can remember times when I had adopted that habit of saying that from one of my good girlfriends. And when she said it, I would always hear her say it, and I was like, you know what, that is so true. Like, we are blessed. We are really blessed, you know? And even when I was when I first got transitioned to this state, and I was homeless, living in hotel rooms, you know, getting dressed in the parking lot, finishing getting dressed in the parking lot, you know, at work, so I wouldn't be late to drop my daughter off and to get to work on time, you know. And I'm in the car and I'm putting on my makeup, or, you know, I'm changing my shoes, or I'm fixing my little, you know, I walked in that job, baby, and I'm like, I am blessed. Yeah, I just tucked a couple roaches in at a hotel. I just sprayed, you know, bleach down the whole hotel room. Had to get up and pack up everything and start all over again. But I am blessed, okay? I'm blessed, period. But don't get stuck. I know you fell on hard times and you was waiting for that job to come through, but don't get stuck. I know it felt like you don't know where your next dollar, you took it because you didn't know when your next dollar was going to come, and you had bills rolling in, but don't get stuck. Okay? Don't get stuck. And it took everything in me. God been telling me to do this and been telling me to pour into and tell my story for a while now. But I just was like, oh, I don't know what people gonna say. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it, okay? It's not my business. It's my job to be obedient. It's our job to be obedient to what he's telling us to do, and the rest is up to him. The rest is up to him. And a lot of times, just because he tells us to do it, don't mean that it's going to pan out the way that we expect it to pan out. It may not pan out that way. But guess what? That's okay, because he blesses the obedience, all right? All right? He blesses the obedience. Man, don't get stuck. I gotta keep reeling that in, baby. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. You are unique. You are favored, okay? You are blessed. Don't get stuck. And he is your source, baby. This job, that's just your resource. Everything falls under the Lord, baby. Everything that falls under him is a resource, baby. He is our source, okay? That's who gives us increase. Our increase come from him and him alone, you know. Of course, we gotta put the work in. We got faith to see it come to pass, but we gotta put our hands to the plow, you know. But however, also, please don't get stuck, baby. It's so much inside of you. So much inside of you. And I'm not just telling you, I'm telling me too. I had to hear these words coming from my mouth. I had to show myself love. I have to remind myself every day. Every day. And on the days that I feel like I'm inadequate to do even just this little 9 to 5, I got to pick myself up and ask God to remind me, who am I? Who am I in you? Not just who am I in me, but Lord, who am I in you? Who, Jesus? Flow, Holy Spirit, flow. Cook. Okay, as the youngest would say, cook. Cook, Holy Spirit, cook. Don't get stuck, baby. That's all I'm going to say. Don't get stuck. And just remember, it is not a cakewalk, baby. It is a faith walk, okay? And I love you.